Statesman Nation here with Coach Hafner for preview week number 9.
Wow.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Let's just recap real quick. Culver-Stockton, 73 points, school record. You guys were just firing on all cylinders, especially in the first quarter. Just recap the game real quick.
Well, I think the biggest key for us was that we were able to jump on them early, and we talked about that. They have a young football team, and it was homecoming, and there was a pretty good atmosphere there, and I thought it was very important for us, offensively and defensively, to get off to a fast start. And they lined up exactly how we thought they would, and some of those things that kind of all fell into place. And our kids did a great job of executing, and we were able to get on them early, and I think that really helped us.
Right, definitely. Got back to the bread and butter, just ran the heck out of it, and it's a lot of big runs. I mean, everybody had big runs. Tyler only ran 9 times and almost had 170 yards, so things definitely worked out. But defensively, same respect. I mean, you guys were shutting them down on 3 and outs over and over and over, so it wasn't just an offensive situation.
Right, and that was the good part about it is, we got the ball first and we scored right away. And then the defense went out and stopped them right away and gave us the ball back. And so, the fact that we were able to get things going on both sides of the ball, I really felt good about. We had some issues 2 weeks ago with our kickoff coverage and things like that. And we made some changes on that specific special team, and it really made a difference for us. We had kids giving great effort. We were able to pin them deep a couple times with some good kicks and some good coverage. And so at that point in time, we felt really good that we were firing on all cylinders. Offense was scoring, defense was getting stops, and we were able to pin them deep to give us ourselves field position.
Sure, definitely. I just interviewed Nate Tweed, and he said, after a win like that, it gets a little dangerous of getting too high. I mean, you get 73 points, you feel really good about yourself. I'm sure. And he said, though, you guys did a great job, the coaching staff, of bringing everybody back down to earth and realizing, all right, that was a great win, but next week is our next game. This is the only game that matters right now. It's Benedictine. So just talk about how this week's gone and in preparation for Benedictine.
Well, I appreciate Nate saying that because it means that they're listening.
Yeah, right. At least he was.
So. But really, the credit has to go to our kids because we can say all we want, but until they can buy into that okay, last week was great. We were 1-0 last week. Now let's turn the page on Sunday afternoon. Let's watch the film. Let's get going on the next one and do our best to make sure we're 1-0 after this week too. And our kids have really taken that mentality to heart. They've had a great week. And it doesn't, we talk about Benedictine, and for our kids, it's just an opponent. Let's figure out how our opponent's going to line up. What are they going to do to attack us? Where are they good personnel-wise on offense and defense? And let's make sure that we do a good job recognizing that. And our kids have been fantastic with that, especially the last 3 weeks. And so, it's been a lot easier for us as coaches because now we could just go make a game plan. Let's show them where everyone's going to be lined up. Let's go practice hard on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'm really proud of the kids for the way that they've approached each week.
Let's get right into talking about Benedictine. This is a team that, for me, what I've seen of them is it's been kind of an up and down team. They've beaten some teams really well, then they lost some teams that not that they shouldn't have, but I think it was Missouri Valley and Mid-Ams who they lost to, who can be really good teams at times, where they gave us fits. But they seem to be coming on now. Statistically, they don't really have anything that's abundantly awesome, but they just do everything well, I think is how I'd explain them.
That's exactly how we explain it to our kids. Defensively, they seem to give up yards, but they don't give up points. Offensively, they're not at the top of the conference and really either running the ball or throwing the ball, but they're right in the middle of both. And so, those kind of teams actually make you more nervous because you feel at any point in time if you stop one, then the other could explode. And so that's kind of the way we've approached it offensively and defensively is that, look, guys, defensively, let's make them one-dimensional. Let's try and beat us this way. Let's not let their best players beat us. Let's try and make someone else beat us. Defensively, let's see how they're going to line up, and then let's attack where we think that they might be weaker than, the other way. And with that, I think that if the kids can buy into that and understand that this team is very well rounded.
Right.
That if we stop this, it's not guaranteed that it's going to go well. So we need to be prepared to do something else. And
sure.
It's been really good. I think our kids are really focused right now. They understand what their goals are.
Right.
It obviously helps that we have a bunch of seniors on our football team right now that
especially want to finish out strong.
Right. They really want this to go well for them. And again, when we've had good weeks of practice, we've played well on Saturdays.
Sure.
And I think this week so far has been a great week.
Right, definitely. I was going to say one side seems to tip in their favor a little bit more would maybe be a passing game, which obviously does not play into our hands as well.
Sure.
But they've got a really good receiver, I think over 800 yards. Obviously you don't want to just stop him because likely they have other people that can step in his shoes and
Sure.
fill in that gap. But is that something that you guys are, if there was one side that you're maybe a little more worried about their pass game?
No doubt. And their young man is very dynamic.
Right.
Again, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
His number's 9.
Yeah.
That's really the only one in
Right.
practice. We've had number 9 on our guys, and so
and
I'm sure if he watches this, he's going to say, "Well, they'll remember my name after Saturday."
Right.
But it's just one of those things. You're not going to stop him.
Yeah.
And let's be honest. But you have to limit. His yards after catch.
Right.
Limit his deep catches down the field,
right.
and things like that. And with him, he's dynamic enough that if you can throw him a bubble screen and he can take it 80 yards for a touchdown, he can make 3 people miss and get in a crease and be gone.
Right.
So it's very important that we're running to the football on defense, that we're surrounding the football once he catches it, and making sure that we have the right coverage at the right time to try and limit his touches.
Yeah, and obviously tackling.
Just
wrapping them up and finishing.
And that's right. And a lot of times it's not one guy that's going to get the job done. It's going to take more than one. And our guys have worked on that, extremely well this week. And you got to rally to the ball, because if you can make one miss and then make 2 miss, then we're in trouble.
Sure. You guys just had this 2 weeks ago. It was on the road, but now you have Niles Media Group coming. You got the ESPN game, etc. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. Didn't seem like a big deal, and I don't think it really was a big deal for the guys. They took care of business over at Peru, but now it's at home. Is it seeping into the head, or have you guys done a really good job of squelching that again?
Our kids. The funny thing is, we mentioned it on Sunday, and someone said, "Coach, we play on TV at home every week."
Exactly.
And so it's a little different because of the masses of people that we're reaching out to.
Right.
And it's a little different in the time that we're starting at 11 o'clock and not noon or 1.
Right.
But the fact that we've been there before, we've had to get up early. We have to get up a little early. We have our team meeting on Friday night an hour earlier than we do to give the guys a chance to go to bed a little earlier.
Sure.
But other than that, really, we're just going to go play the game.
Sure.
The TV timeouts are, they really helped us last week because we were able to talk about some things that we needed to get done, as far as adjustments were concerned. So, hopefully that's how our kids approach it this week again. Hopefully we have a great crowd and we can kind of show the ESPN nation and the world what William Penn football is all about.
Definitely. All right, Coach. Well, best of luck on Saturday again. 11 o'clock start, earlier than normal. Well earlier than normal.
Well earlier, yeah.
But 11 o'clock start out at Lacey. Like I mentioned in Nate's interview, is that if you can't be here at Lacey, there's a million other ways to watch it. So there's really no excuse. Definitely check out the Statesman against the Ravens. 2-6-2 teams, 2-0, and in the heart. This is a game that has all sorts of playoff implications. So it's a big game for Week 9, and best of luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.